Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night team call. It's great to see your faces. Thank you for getting on. I'm Melissa, as my screen says. I'm excited. We have another giveaway tonight. We have started something new where Andrea Hatch is going to be giving away a fun surprise every week on our Tuesday Zooms. We won't put the burden on her every single week. We'll share the wealth. We'll spread the wealth. We won't make her give away everything, but for now she is. And so don't let me hang up because you know that I probably will. I will say, we're done for tonight. And Andrea will say, no, wait, we have to draw. So we do have something coming up at the end of the call. We have a lot going on, which is really, really exciting. We had a really great leader chat right before this call with a lot of really productive conversations and things we're looking forward to bring to you guys. So I'm excited about that. Cassie, did you want to say any announcements or anything that you want to call everybody's attention to? Yes. Cassie has done a really great job of posting on the Together We Scent page any of the announcements and updates, but just in case you didn't catch them there, because let's be real, you can't make it to Facebook every single day, every minute, right? Cassie's going to bring us up to speed with the things that are coming or the announcements. So Cassie, what you got?
So I just posted a graphic that I found on Facebook. The Habby the Hedgehog buddy clip, Lana the Llama buddy clip are due to be turned on February 10th. So that's Thursday. And that happens at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. I can't do the other time zones. So if you're in the other time zones, I apologize. You'll have to figure out that whole time zone converting thing. And then the Unbelievable Warmer is also going to be out on the 10th. I haven't looked for a graphic for that yet, but a neat thing with Facebook, if you're looking for graphics, if you search in Facebook and the little search bar, Habby the Hedgehog, buddy clip Scentsy or whatever, and then you can click on photos, and if people have posted photos, that's a great way to find them, unless you can go out to Google and try to find them too, but it's a neat way to be able to find them, and then you can copy the image and post or save it to your computer and post. But then a couple news tab articles. The Scentsy scholarship program application period is now open. If you have a what is that, your high school senior? Scholarships are available to Director Q and above with a child age 24 or younger by April 30th, 2022, who will be enrolled full-time at an accredited institution of higher learning during the 22-23 academic year. And Scentsy is emailing customers to promote the body products. The email will go out Thursday and will include a link to your PWS. They're going to customers who have purchased the products in the past 6 months to promote them for the dry winter months. So those are the most recent things from the news tab. And a reminder, Harry Potter pre-orders are out. So good time to check in. Redemptions, good time to check in with your customers who pre-ordered in July to make sure they got their emails and if they need any help with redemption of that. So.
Thank you.
There you go.
Any other announcements that we want to say, Director Team? Anything else that we want to call anybody's attention to?
Reminder that the All Is Well wax collection comes out next Monday. Yeah. So keep that on your calendar.
Yep. So a couple exciting things that we're going to be doing. You guys get to hear it first. We will be putting out a Zoom topic calendar for all of you for the next 3-ish months. So you will know which topics we're planning to cover every Tuesday night for the next, well, at least, like I said, for the next 3 months. This way you will also be able to share that with your teams and say, hey, one of these topics might actually interest you and you might want to hop on our Tuesday night call. Another thing that we're going to be doing, and you guys will, if you're showing up to Zoom, then you should be our first ones that we do this with. But we are going to be spotlighting and highlighting different consultants on Together We Scent 3 times a week. And so if you get an email from your director or a message or a Facebook message from your director asking you to fill out a couple questions so that we can spotlight you, that's what it will be for. And we are going to use the hashtag Together We Spotlight, and your director team is going to be shouting out and spotlighting you so that we can get to know each other a little bit better and put some names and faces and some fun facts and tidbits about each other out to share with our community. So that's something that's coming. So you'll have that Zoom calendar, this watch for your spotlight email so that we can spotlight you. We are going to also be incorporating some game nights on the last Zoom of each month. We're either going to be doing a fun game night or we're going to have a home office speaker. So we're going to change it up a little bit so it's not always training heavy, but that we have some fun toward the end of the month. And we have something really, really fun coming March 1st for our Tuesday call. So just letting you know, details on it will be coming soon, but you will want to be there and you will want to be participating because it's going to be fun. Okay, let's talk about this current incentive. And for those of you that tuned in last week, I am so sorry. I'm feeling much better. Thank you for asking. I did not feel so well last week. And so we were supposed to cover this last Tuesday night. And instead, we're going to cover it tonight because I felt like I didn't really do it justice. And actually, if you got on Thursday night shift last week, it was a little incentive light. I had promised that we were going to be talking about the incentive, and those gears changed pretty quickly. And so I felt like tonight we should talk about this incentive. So this incentive, if you're not familiar with it, you didn't get the email, see it on your workstation, or visit the incentive tab of your workstation yet, this brick by brick incentive is a 3-part incentive. It will run for 2 months each, and each of the 2-month segments will be different qualifications with different earning potential. The one we are in right now runs until the end of March. I posted just a little bit ago on Together We Scent. I have updated and rebranded the incentive accountability group. And so if you are interested in being a part of the next wave of incentive accountability, then you can re-ask to join that page. I've seen 12 of you already have, so that's awesome. Don't take offense when you get kicked out of that group. If you want to be in it, you just come back and ask to be in it. That is so that we don't have a lot of, I don't have a better word than to say, a lot of just sitting ducks. We have the people that are in that group are participating and actively encouraging each other. And that is going to be more of a solid accountability. So I will have a new update for you to post on Mondays with your progress. Now, this is a little bit different because instead of posting points, we are actually working to get one consultant certified. Now, this consultant can have joined as of January 1st. So even though the incentive period is from February 1st to March 31st, the consultant you certify could have joined January 1st or after. How many of you have a consultant that has joined since January 1st that has not certified yet? Okay, so for those of us with our hands up, we for sure know somebody that we can be working with and encouraging to help certify, because they will qualify for our portion of the incentive. Now, if you don't have anybody, this is a reminder, everyone make sure you edit notifications so you see all of them, not just highlights. And that goes for any of our pages, pretty please. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, you can make sure that you see all of the notifications for the pages. Let me see. Okay. So what does this mean? Well, this means also, I'm still talking to those that have had a consultant that have joined since January 1st. How do you know how close they are to certifying? Well, when you go pull up your workstation report and type in their name, you can switch the month. So you could go back to January, see how much their PRV was in January, and then you can see how much their PRV, if any, is in February. And you know the difference is $1,000 minus whatever their PRV is now is the difference between them and where they are now and being certified. Okay, so how about those of you that didn't put your hand up? You don't have somebody that has joined since January 1st, and yet you want to be held accountable to earn this incentive by March 31st, which means we've got some work to do, right? Now, one of the easiest ways to get you as close as possible to this is having a party that is sizable, right? $500, $600, $700, and being able to flip it. In a perfect world, you have a party, it's over $1,000, you flip the hostess, she certifies, you get the incentive, right? That's how we all wish we could wake up and have it happen. All right, well, it doesn't happen that way all the time. But you also have the ability to, if you've got orders that go in, you have a kit to offer. Remember, you have that host exclusive kit on every $200 or more party that you close. You have a kit to offer. You have a kit to offer the host. If you have any hosts that are collecting orders for you right now. Now, here's the thing. You need to think about how you're going to get one person, maybe two people. You're not going to get them by sitting and waiting. Because sitting and waiting isn't going to give you enough time to work with them to get them to 1,000. So I want you to ask, what are you doing? And this is what we're going to be doing in the accountability group, in the incentive group. What are you doing? What conversations are you having? What actions are you taking to make things happen? Because the more you make things happen, the greater the probability is that you will get somebody that will join, will have orders, will certify. This is probably, Andrea, back me up, this is probably the least amount of incentive qualifications we've ever had to have for any incentive. Because typically when we've had grow with the flow or keep growing, whatever, you always have to have, there's always a PRV component mixed with the recruiting component. So you always had to have 2,500 PRV plus, 2 new certified consultants. This truly is an opportunity to focus so much of your energy on sponsoring because you don't have a PRV requirement to earn this incentive. Now, for any of you that are leaders, you want to have your 500 PRV in the system, which is an excellent habit to get into, is to always at least have 500 in the system. But here's why you want to earn this part of the incentive. Maybe the streaming kit, because we haven't talked about what the prize is for earning this incentive. Maybe the streaming kit doesn't incentivize you that much. It's a ring light and a microphone. It's something for you to be able to use for creating content on your social media, on your YouTube. Maybe that doesn't entice you too much. But here's the thing. We don't know yet what the second prize or the third prize could be. And if you earn all 3 legs of the incentive, you get to choose. Not only do you get all 3 levels of prizes, you also get to choose from a $200 product credit, a set of Scentsy luggage, or custom Vans Scentsy shoes on top of the other prizes. Besides the fact that we talked about in the fall, even if you fell short of earning the fall incentive, you still set yourself up for the mindset of what it takes to earn. Earning this incentive, yeah, maybe you're saying it's just for a streaming kit. Maybe you're saying, but earning this incentive gives you that mindset that you can make things happen. So when the next fall incentive comes up, you have that feather in your cap. I did it. I did earn parts of an incentive. I did earn all 3 legs of that incentive in the spring. And let's be real. The whole premise behind it is to help you grow your teams. The more you grow your teams, the more PRV or the more TWV you have. You cannot promote and title without a team. So realistically, these incentives are always just setting us up to grow our businesses. You add a person in this incentive, that person could be someone who promotes in the fall and gives you points for your fall incentive. You're using now as a stepping stone for something coming up at the end of this year. The more people you get to join now, the more team you have in place for potential for the fall incentive. I'm very excited to work with the accountability group this time around. We have a laser focused item to earn, laser focused, because we're sponsoring and getting them to certify. That is what we're doing. So I'm really excited to work with the accountability group. Now, I want to call your attention to, I'm going to share my screen. Let me pull up this document first. I want to call your attention to a couple places on the workstation. So, 1 second. It's probably going to ask me to log in again, so hold on. Okay. Dashboard, and I want to go to training. Because I just want to show you what is available to you. Okay. On the workstation. So let me share my screen. Because realistically, we can sit here and reinvent every one of these trainings for you, but everybody's going to need something just a little bit different that's going to click with them. So let me show you, if you go onto the training tab of your workstation and we go over here to browse by topic and we go to prospecting, which is what you're doing at this point if you need to add someone, there are all of these documents and trainings based on how to prospect. One of them that I love is Grow Your Business with Hosts and Shopping Links. Why buy a bouquet when you can grow a garden? Think of it this way. If you share a link to your personal website with someone, you will receive orders from that person only. If you create a shopping link for a host to share with her family and friends, you could receive multiple orders from new customers. And if the host's total order qualifies, they will earn host rewards, and you have a host kit to offer them because you can show them just how easy it was to collect orders. All they did was provide a shopping link to their friends and family and coworkers, right? They're essentially doing your job. But I love that this document shows and gives ideas and scripts for things to say to potential hosts and to hosts with qualifying parties, okay? So it even tells you how to create a shopping link by going to My Dashboard, Orders, Create a Party, okay? That is one document. I also want to show you in this Share the Opportunity link, there is an entire module of sharing recruiting conversation tips, the value of sponsoring, who to talk to, what should you say, how to extend an invitation. There's a Share the Opportunity worksheet, which I think I pulled. Yes, Share the Opportunity worksheet. Let me shrink this a little bit so that you can see it. Use this sheet to identify prospective team members, craft your join message, and put your plan together each month for sharing the Scentsy opportunity. Who would you love to have on your team? How could Scentsy enrich their lives? And here's your notes for follow-up. This sheet is a very good guideline to get you kind of thinking about the growing your team aspect, on prospecting, on what you will say, what you will say about your personal experience, how you will cater that join message or that join opportunity. And it's always great to practice. The more we practice offering the opportunity and getting comfortable offering that host exclusive kit, the easier it will roll off of our tongue, and we'll think less and less about putting that wall up, about being pressury or being, not wanting to bombard somebody or hound somebody. It rolls off of our tongue easier, and it is easier for us to present that opportunity and not take offense if somebody says no. So this is an awesome document, but I love this entire module. And so many of the training opportunities in our workstation have modules within these topics. List of 100 interactive form. Here's how to come up with 40 hosts in 4 minutes. This is another great tool to use. Earn a kit conversation starters. Getting more comfortable, having it roll off of your tongue. If you're not, if you don't feel comfortable with the Earn a Kit, you don't know enough about it, you haven't used it, here's your Earn a Kit FAQ so that you can become more familiar with that opportunity. Conversation starter guides. I want you to see that within our workstation, when you go to the sponsoring or prospecting section or category, there are so many tools at your fingertips. And sometimes it just takes seeing one of these guides or one of these documents that prompts you, that gets you thinking, that can send you off in the right direction. I love it. I love that. This is why I wanted to show this, because like Rachel just said, I've never explored those in depth. That's amazing. Oh, this is what I talked about, is it? So again, sometimes it's not so much about us coming on here and presenting all of the meat and potatoes on one topic. Sometimes it just takes showing you where so many of those meats and potatoes lie, where those are housed that you can access at all hours of the night, 24/7. Anybody have anything they want to add in before we switch gears for a second? Any tips you have? We have over a month and a half to get somebody just to sponsor someone and have them certify. So amazingly specific topics really makes it less overwhelming. Oh my gosh, I love that it says less vans. That's awesome. We're really excited for those vans, no doubt.
It was the last thing I typed, I guess. So it got really, I was like, you want to talk about the vans again?
All right, Jen Derrick, you're doing your first Earn a Kit tomorrow. That's awesome. Very cool. All right, do I just add the host kit to a customer's cart like I would any item? When you just have to have 1 penny left in host credit to be able to add the kit. So let's say, for instance, I'll use myself as an example. I'm the host. I have a $200 party. No, I'm just going to make myself the consultant every time. I'm a consultant. I have a $200 party and I collected all the orders. I want to collect the host rewards for myself. So I'm going to use up the majority of the host rewards for myself, but I'll leave $1 in my host credit and I type in the word kit, and that kit will come up for $58 instead of $59. So long as you have, because it's a $59 kit, right? Technically, if I hosted a party, I was a legit host, I had a $500 party, you're saying to me, you could earn a kit and get it for free. Well, yes, I'd be using my host rewards, my $75 in free credit would go toward my $59 kit, and my kit would be free. And I'd have a couple dollars left to spend on, as part of my credit. But in the case where you aren't necessarily offering the free kit to somebody, and in a lot of cases, we put in orders for ourselves. I've got 6 orders and I pull them together and put it in as a party for myself so that I can collect the host rewards. But I still then have the ability to offer the kit to somebody. Now, here's where here's the one thing that you have to do. If that's the case, and it was just a party for me, and I put in, the orders for all these customers, and Wendy now wants to join, I offer her the Earn a Kit and she accepts. I go into this order and I put Wendy as the host. Wendy now is my host on this party that was actually mine. but she's the host. Now I'm able to add that host kit to her host cart. Does that make sense? Because you cannot add a host kit to a consultant's cart. So if you are in as the host of the party and the consultant, you cannot add a kit to a consultant cart. That's why it always gives you that message that says, okay, just letting you know, you're the host. You can't add a kit. You can only, if you offer a kit after the fact, the person you offer the kit to has to then be the host of whichever order it is that you're offering the kit on. Then what happens is the moment you add a kit to the cart, an email goes out to that person and they have 24 hours to click the link and join. Then once they do join, you come back into that party and it'll tell you, Wendy joined as a consultant. Would you like to flip this party or just close it out? Because at that point, it'll let you flip the party to Wendy, or it'll let you just close it out. And at that point, her kit ships. Does that make sense?
You can use, just to clarify, because I think Rachel is kind of having the same, the other Rachel is actually having the same question as I am. So you would use, say for you would use the $78 credit, leave $1 in there. So you're using the host credit, but it's still under Wendy's name. Correct? Is that okay?
Yes, because I still can ship that party to me, even though Wendy's the host. So I can still ship all that credit to me because the host kit's going to ship to her because she's filling in the information from that link that emailed to her. The biggest thing is the email address that is in your host screen has to match the email address they sign up with. So if you're ever sending a host kit link to someone, tell them that's how it matches, that it needs to be the same email address. So you want them to give you the email address they're going to want to use for Scentsy so that you can put that in on the host screen. And again, you could use the $78 and say, you know what, you've got the kit for free. I could take all the rewards all the way down to $1. And then that person would pay $58 for the kit instead of $59. Or you could still charge them the $59 if you wanted to, because you're paying for it. You're paying for it when you close out that order. So does that make sense? And what other questions? I'm glad we got into this. Because it can be confusing. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna go back.
I got a quick question. When you flip the party, then the hostess that is getting the kit gets the credit for that party, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And that whole order now goes onto that person's workstation. You have no record. So sometimes, if it can, depending on the situation, it can be a little sticky because you don't have access to those orders anymore. So that you will have to rely on order forms and, any of those tangible things because you won't have your workstation to rely on to go back and see that order. That now becomes part of that new consultant's workstation because you flipped the party to them. They get the PRV, the orders then show up on their workstation.
So when you put their name in, or when they want to use their hostess credit for that party, and the link gets sent to them and then you close out the party, is that considered flipping also then?
You cannot close out the party until either that link has expired or they have clicked the link and filled it out.
Okay. Would that be, so like if you used all the hostess credit and you left $1 and then they were able to get the kit with that $1 and then pay the difference, they would pay you. They're still getting the hostess kit, or I'm sorry, the $59 kit, but is that still considered flipping a party, or is flipping a party only when they get credit for that party too, for their consultant, being a consultant?
Flipping a party is solely when the party was mine, you just joined under me, Wendy, and I am giving you the PRV and saying, Wendy, these were all your people anyways. They're not going to buy from me now, they're going to buy from you. So I'm going to flip the little switch the little toggle that says, hey, Wendy just joined as a consultant. Would you like to flip this party to her? Yep. Then what happens is the moment that party closes, it's no longer on my workstation. It is solely on your workstation.
So if you don't flip it and they just take that extra $1 to get a kit, they are just starting as a new consultant with 0 PRVs, but they just happen to get that's the only way they can get the $59 kit.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Thanks.
Yeah, you bet. Okay, I want to make sure I get to the chat. So hold on one second. Okay. So you have to use your rewards and then change the host to the other person. Well, no. You need to change the person first. Because the moment you fill your host cart and then change the host, your host cart wipes away. I've had this happen to me many times. I have filled my cart and I've done it under me as the consultant, as the host, and then I go in there and I change it to Wendy and my cart is wiped out. So now what I have to do is go back in and put my host rewards, but it's technically under Wendy, but they're still coming to me. Does that make sense? Rachel Connor, you don't have your camera on, so I can't see if you're nodding, if that makes sense. But yeah, that makes sense. Okay, good. Okay, I'm glad we talked about this. I was confused about it until now. Yeah, so take a picture or a screenshot. I always do that. I always take a picture or screenshot my whole order before I switch a host, because the moment you switch a host, your cart disappears if there was anything in it. What about when the host doesn't want the kit, but someone else in their party wants it? So I'll talk to that in 1 second. You still change the party to whoever is taking the kit. That's correct. So if I had, or you host a party and the host does, or you have a host, she doesn't want the kit, and you say to her, okay, just giving you first right of refusal because Cindy from your party does want to sign up. So I'm just giving you have the opportunity to take this kit and we can sign Cindy up under you. Or if you are completely, not going to take this kit, then we're going to give this party to Cindy instead. You still have a way to tell that person, like, Cindy's going to get the commission for this. And technically, if you signed up, you would get the commission for this party and you'd have your first team member because Cindy wants to sign up. It's kind of a no-brainer, but hey, it's totally up to you. In that case, if she still denies your wonderful sweet offer, then yes, Cindy actually becomes the host of that party, not your actual host. So does that make sense? Amber? Good. Okay. It was great recruiting training that Cassie shared on Together We Sent from last night. It was out of the United We Rise group. Yes, it was done by Tammy. Yes, Tammy's a really good recruiter. So that's a great, thank you for sharing that, Cassie. And yes, that's a great one to catch. All right, shoot, my cart is full. Yes, if your cart is full, Jen, and you're getting ready to flip that party, make sure that you take note of it, because what's going to happen is you are going to have to put that in after you change your host. So, okay, so flipping it and giving up the PRV is best when it's originally the party future customers of your new recruit, or if you need the recruit to certify for incentives. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, yeah. Yes. Okay, I think that covered all the chat. Okay, any other questions or anything else regarding this Earn a Kit? No.
Melissa, just to clarify, you change the host and then you would build your cart and put everything in your cart.
Correct. And you're actually going to be putting it, it's still a little incorrect, right? Because you change your host and you're putting your rewards under their name, because the credits and half prices have to go in a host cart.
Right.
So, but that order is still shipping to you, so it doesn't make any difference. You can still pluck your free and half price stuff out of that order, and that kit will ship to that host.
Gotcha.
Yep. I just wish they did PRV as first step because. Okay. Yeah, good. At least you know that Earn a Kit FAQ is out there. And one of my favorite tips on the training center is to just type in the letters FAQ. You would be amazed the amount of FAQs that are out there. Everything down to what's in our products to how to answer the question of, I can't smell our bars. They're not near as strong as they used to be. The FAQ is a very powerful search item because there are so many things that that they have built FAQs around. So yes, I encourage you and challenge you to take a look at that training center and look at the sponsoring and the, there's a category for new to sponsor. There's a category for sponsoring. There's a category for prospecting. So a lot of the things that we have questions on or that we want tips or tricks around, we can find right on our workstation. So I encourage you and challenge you to dive into that. And let's do our drawing, Rand. Roll. Great call tonight, you guys.
Hold on. Rach, did you see my message about your package? Rachel, it's on its way. I don't know why it's in transit and it just is. So hopefully you'll get it by Friday, but okay. Here we go. Everybody's names in here. Okay. Mary Jane.
Woo!
So this is, yep. Lots of fun things in little packages. So
I love her dancing. That is awesome.
Mary Jane, you're the best.
Oh my gosh. That just made my whole night. Your dancing just made my whole night.
Right? That was the best. Okay.
Awesome.
It'll be coming out this week.
Hey guys. Awesome. Thank you so much for getting on. Watch, we will have that schedule out for you of upcoming Zooms. Lots of really cool things happening. Great to see your faces. Have a fantastic rest of your night.
Thank you. Good night.